Hello again, sports fans. Scott Travis coming at you again from the Sports Den, and this is my Bruins Penguins Game 4 and Series recap video brought to you by my sponsors, Hairspray Salon in Providence and Herb Travis Handyman Services for all your home improvement needs. Bruins complete the four-game sweep Friday night. It was nice work. Again, it was total team effort. It was Tuukka Rask playing outstanding. Bruins get the 1-0 win on Adam McQuaid's goal, which was set up by a nice little pass play, turn and roll by Marchand to set him up before a line change. And Bruins have made that 1-0 lead stand up. Bruins win the series 4-0. Pittsburgh is shocked. Obviously, they didn't come into the series handling things the right way. They tried to get physical with the Bruins in Game 1, and they never really recovered. You can't drop the first two games in your own arena and think you're going to win the series if you're not going to step it up and as the Bruins have done in years past, dropping a couple at home and going into Montreal and winning. You have to play better. You have to do better than what the Penguins showed and what they were able to do against the Bruins in this series. We had to like the Bruins, all kinds of key performers. You have Krejci, you have Horton, you have all the defensemen, you have Chara and Seidenberg shutting down and holding Crosby and Malkin to 0 points. Not the best players in the world, folks, if they get 0 points. So we'll have to see. Maybe David Krejci will be in that conversation now. This is the second time he's been tearing it up on a Stanley Cup run. So why not? I mean, maybe it's not all about regular season points anymore. I think maybe that's what the NHL hypes the whole Sidney Crosby and he's a superstar nonsense. Well, apparently he is not, because he couldn't rally his team. He certainly doesn't have any leadership skill. And now you got to question, when they won the Stanley Cup in '09, was it more Bill Guerin and the other veterans, Hal Gill, that provided the leadership that actually got that team the Stanley Cup? Because I think it was a little too much for Sidney Crosby to start out with. And now you're seeing, year after year, they don't win the Stanley Cup. So, you win or you don't. And the Penguins right now have not. So, have to be changes coming. I would imagine that, as talk, Dan Biles's job is on the line. And it'll be interesting to see what they do. It'll be interesting to see who they bring back. Jarome Iginla, how ironic. He chose the Penguins, wanted to play with Sidney Crosby. I bet you if he knew now what he was going to get from Sidney Crosby in the conference finals, he certainly would have changed his mind. But he's got to be kicking himself, because now who knows where he's going to go. I don't think the Penguins have capped him to bring him back. And if I'm the Bruins, I don't want him. So, as Lucic eloquently said afterwards, they did fire them up, that he didn't want to play for the Bruins. And I think it was nice that he was able to, we were able to beat him and sweep them. And the very last shot of the game was him being stopped by Tuukka. To end the series. So that was a little poetic justice there. I was happy to see that. You feel bad for a guy like Iginla, but don't make it where we supposedly have you in a trade and then you change it and figure out a way to get out of that and go to Pittsburgh. That's I think where the problem with most Bruin fans have with Iginla is that he was traded to Boston and that was the deal, and then the Calgary GM cowered and the Penguins, scooped him up. But I guess it didn't work out for any of them, did it? So too bad. You don't like to laugh at other people's misfortunes, but in this case, we're going to. Anyway, look at Kasper's Dogevans jumping in back to the Bruins, who we're predominantly interested in, obviously. Dogevans look good jumping in. The new lines working together were a threat. I didn't see any drop off, whether whoever was on playing in the third or the fourth line. All four lines are hitting on all cylinders. The Bruins are playing their best. They look unbeatable. But Chicago has wrapped up the Western Conference, and they look pretty impressive as well. So that series, the Bruins and the Blackhawks, get underway Wednesday night at 8 o'clock in Chicago. Chicago on Wednesday and Saturday, and then it comes back to Boston Monday, Wednesday, and then it goes back to Saturday if the series keeps going. So should be an excellent hockey series. I'm going to be studying everything that I can to get up to date on both teams and who's injured and what the lineups are going to look like. And I'll be reporting in before Wednesday night. And I'd like to thank everybody for watching. And if you like this video and you're interested in the latest stats and stories, I gather all the latest stories from all the local and national news, and I put them on my Facebook page, Scott Travis Sports News, as well as my videos and my thoughts to all the major stories. So check that out if you haven't already. And that also gets played over. Anything I do there goes over to my Twitter, which is @ScottTravisSN. Thanks for watching. We'll look forward to Blackhawks Bruins in the final starting Wednesday night. I'll talk to you then.